Hi, this is ShamanWeaver Shiela Baker, and I'm live from Victoria, British Columbia. How awesome is that? So here we are. I'm sitting out on the bay, and it's not my bay, but it's another little bay. It's beautiful, and so I'm going to just wait a minute, and I'll call in the directions while I'm waiting. So, hey Keely, hi. So guides and allies of all the directions, I ask for clear vision, perseverance, tenacity, objectivity, laughter and playfulness from the south, wisdom and deep knowing from the west, ancestral knowledge from the north, illumination from above, and sustenance from below. And just before I get started pulling cards for all of you, Creator, I wanted to say that when I was getting ready, I picked up this card. So it's the Tower. And this is necessary destruction for positive reconstruction. So whatever is going on in your life that, hi Deb, that you think is falling apart, just know that we're reconstructing. And I just spent the last 4 days doing that here in Victoria. I took a little personal retreat for work and redesigned some things. So let things go, let them slide away. They're not meant for you any longer, so it's no big deal to just let it go. So Keely, I'm going to draw a card for you. It's all hiding down here at the bottom. Let's see what it is. Whoa, awesome. So this is Major Arcana. This is death. And in order for something new to grow, something old has got to die. Isn't that just what I was talking about in the Tower? We need to let something go. And this is a perfect time for doing that. This is winter. All of the leaves have fallen down. They're composting. They're giving the earth nourishment that she needs. And they're starting to bring back new growth. So Keely, look for something to shift majorly by March, by spring. Only 6 weeks away. Maybe it's only 5 now. But soon. And so be aware that this is all about, internal change and stepping up. So awesome. So this one's for you, Keely. So Deb says, just pull the which one? The Tower. Yes, it's in the air. I think it's really important that we pay attention to that. We hold on so tightly to things that just aren't working. They didn't work. They aren't working now, and they sure ain't gonna work in the future. But it's like shedding a skin. I think about snake when I think about Tower, backing out of the old skins and leaving that behind. It's not a fast process. It probably, I don't know whether it's easy for her or not, but it really is all about it's not being able to see where we're going, which I think is a perfect metaphor for this particular year. I just sat down and mapped some things out. Where do I want to be February the 9th, 2018? And I thought, I don't want to be in snowy Victoria, so where do I want to be? So Deb, this one's for you. Hi Anne. So it's the Four of Swords, and so this is Keely. This is stop overthinking it. Don't analyze. Give it a rest. This is like, okay, take a respite. Put yourself in a spa for a day. Let them massage you. Hang around in the tub. Do those kinds of things, and just allow yourself to be really taken care of. So no more overthinking things. Just like breathe and let it go. So, hey Anne, I'm pulling one for you. Hi Kelly, how are you? Oh, Anne, this one's for you. Look at that, the Magician. There, now you can see the whole thing. So this is about using the air, the earth, the fire, the water, and understanding that those elements are what make up everything. Now, the matter, whatever is going on, and ask for, I just wrote a newsletter about this, or maybe it was an article, one of the two. But anyway, you'll be seeing it soon. So ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. They can't help us unless we're willing to ask. So I would love for you to be able to Mwah. You're welcome, Deb. Yay! How cool is this? So really, take your troubles to God and let them go, and just ask for help. Whatever it is that's going on for you, just go. I need help. Please help me, and then let go. And the help might not come in the way that you think it's going to come, because that's the magic, isn't it? We put a call out for something and then something comes, but it's not exactly a match. And the magic is getting more and more clear, more and more times, to be concise, to have it figured out exactly what do I want, how do I want it to show up. And, throw in a when in there as well. So why not? So Kelly, I'm pulling one for you. This one's for you. Woo. Look at this. Judgment. Yes. Gabriel blowing his horn 7 times. This is a huge wake up call. You're having a spiritual awakening. He only blows it 7 times, but look, it's loud enough. It wakes up the dead. So you're not going to be able to miss this one, Kelly. Whatever it is that's going on, however you're looking at it, the beautiful part is, you're welcome, ma'am. And the beautiful part is that the wake-up call doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be arduous, and it doesn't have to rock you. However, if you don't pay attention, it certainly will. So what I say is, first of all, we get a poke, and then we get a nudge, and then we get a wham. So if you're missing the poke and the nudge, then that's an invitation for it to be bigger. So just notice, what's coming. How are you responding to it? Not a reaction. On account of when we react to something, it kind of is explosive. When we respond, we take a breath. It's like conversation. Wouldn't it be lovely to just be able to get it into your mind that, someone's saying something? I'm going to listen, first of all the way through. How intriguing would that be? Then, once I listen all the way through, then I'm going to take a breath before I respond out again. So here I am, just taking a breath before I respond out again. So, lovely. So I'm going to pull another card for all of us. Ooh, this one's slippery. Oh, look. It's wands. It's passion, fire, and drive, the element of fire. And this says that, see the 3 of wands, 2 of them are firmly staking the territory. One is the walking stick, or sometimes maybe even the talking stick, that he claimed in the first wands. He was standing there with a stick. And now he's set out in his venture. You've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. So I think this is lovely. It's not even mid-February. Happy Valentine's for all you Valentines next week. But we're not even through February, and we've come a third of the way. That's amazing. And so whatever you've been working on, however you've been doing it, whatever has got you fired up and you're excited about, know that you've put things into play. We still have a long way to go. We have all the way to 10. But in the meanwhile, enjoy the journey. So Jennifer, I would love to choose a card for you. Oh, here it is. Oh, look at this. So we had a 3 of wands. Now we have a 4 of wands. This is such a beautiful card. You can see that there's people dancing here. There's dancing in the background. There's a garland with the 4 wands. So this is a happy home. And whatever it is that you've been doing, you've managed to make your house beautiful. You've managed to have gatherings there. Maybe this is an upcoming gathering that you're having. One of my friends, Deb, it was you. It was you and Michael used this card for your hand fasting invitation. So it's all about joy and happiness, and my favorite thing, bliss. So this is lovely. Whatever you're creating or have created is got a lot of beauty to it. It's got heartfelt passion there. There's the ability and maybe even the desire to do some dancing. So maybe it's time for you to dance. Even Jennifer, if you're dancing by yourself. I used to dance with the fridge because it was all I had. And I went Zydeco dancing last week, and I was managing to dance with beings who weren't fridges, so it was awesome. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Okay, so two are coming out. Oh, let's see, which one shall I choose? All right, you know what? Oh, this is fascinating. So I'm going to choose both of them for you, Tracy. This one is the Ace of Wands. No, it's not. It's the Page. And so look at him gazing so intently at this branch that still has new life. So there's a message coming for you. Wands, the way that I look at them, are passion, fire, drive, and connection to the divine. So there's a message coming for you about that. And then look at the two of them together. And the interesting thing is that if you put them together, let me get my head out of the road. If you put them together, they're looking in opposite directions. So if you're feeling a little distracted, if you're like, wow, which way should I go? What do I choose? Well, look right here. Here he's got a little crystal ball and he's looking out into the world as if someone actually knows more than he does. So if you've been looking out, Tracy, into the world for someone to give you some guidance, what this is saying is that you've really already made the decision. You might just not have told yourself. I do that every once in a while. I've decided something and then it takes me a while to go, what? That's what I'm going to do? So go ahead and have a conversation with yourself, because you've been at a crossroads, or maybe you are at one right now, but you've staked your territory. See, this one is jammed fast in there, and he's about to take a step over the precipice. We see this with the Fool card as well, being able and willing to take the step. So here's little roses that are crossed here. You've got your walking stick. No more crystal gazing. It's time to figure out what the message is and watch for it, because it will come, and then go for it. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Hey, Monica, how are you? I was just reading a little note about you. How cool is that? So, ooh, look at this one. So, pentacles are money and property and tangible thing. The table in front of me is a pentacle. Says my connection is weak. Well, okay, so I'm just going to bump it up. So this is the 6, and here we see two people here, and he's got a little bag in one hand, and he's busy giving out to these people. So this says you totally have the resources to do this, to give to others, but it's also asking you to be mindful about who it is that you're giving this to. So in that, weigh things out for yourself. If someone comes and asks for something, it's got to be in balance, whatever that means to you. It's not about somebody else telling you what the right balance is. If they're gifting you with something and you're gifting them back with something else, that can be in balance for you. If it's not, make sure that it is. What you're giving out is worthy. I mean, look, there's 6 pentacles here. This is just not 2 pentacles where you're juggling things. You have enough to give to others, and just to be mindful about reciprocity. So, and like I said a few minutes ago, it doesn't always come back from the same person that we gave it to. Sometimes we give to somebody, and a little while later, some flowers arrive at our door in one of those little beautiful May baskets. It doesn't always come in a timely fashion. We might think, well, I gave this out and I need it now, and where is it? So just be mindful that the giving that you're doing is on its way back. And what I love about giving is that what you put out into the world comes back to you. And it used to be that we thought it came back 3 times. I'm believing it comes back 10 times. Now, this was a 6, so this might be a 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, but this reciprocity is in flow, and just do it in mindfulness. Wouldn't it be interesting if we did everything in mindfulness? I was thinking about eating the other day as I was standing over my kitchen sink eating, probably pizza, and I was thinking about mindfulness. Now, the mindfulness would have been if I had got a plate, put a little salad on there, put my pizza on there, and actually sat down with my feet on the floor, my butt in the chair, and then taken a breath and then began to eat. That's mindfulness. Mindfulness is also waking up in the morning and giving yourself the space to stretch and get into the day. One of the things I like to do first thing in the morning is think of 5 things I love about my body, and then 5 things that I love about my work, and then 5 things that I love about my future. And if you get up in the morning and dash off to the bathroom, come back, sit for a minute. The founder of Mind Valley Academy increased his academy by 400% in 8 months by using this technique. Now, I'm not diligent like him, and so this gives me encouragement to perhaps get diligent. So I'm going to choose us all another card. And here it is. Oh, look at this. I love this. So thank you, universe. This is strength. What this says is that this is a virginal woman, a woman dressed in white, which doesn't mean that she's never had sex. What it means is that she is a woman unto herself, which means she makes decisions for herself. She says yes to things and no to other things and is good with that. You can see there's an infinity sign over top of her head because she knows how to do it and has been doing it for a long, long time. Forever, maybe even. And here she's got a lion, and she's got her hand on top of the lion's head and underneath the jaw. And you notice if you look, I'm going to put it up close. If you look, his little tongue is hanging out and his tail is tucked between his legs. So he's a devotee. There is nothing for her to fight. There is nothing for her to argue about. There is no need to wrestle, to struggle with anything to the ground, because she has the king of beasts in love with her. So how can we all use this energy knowing that out there in the world are our devotees, and they are here to help us, they're here to walk beside us, and that life does not need to be a struggle. I am so excited about 2017 because it's a 1 year. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 comes down to a 1. So it's all about us. It's a reset button. And if you happen to be in one of those lovely times where you're 37 or you're 10 or you're anything that adds up to a 28, to a 10 and a 1, you get a double opportunity to reset. You can reset your career, you can reset your business life, you can reset your love life, you can reset your body. I think that's one of the upcoming things for a lot of us is we're finding out that our bodies are not really happy with what we've been doing, how they've been how we've been honoring them. So this is the year to really get in right relationship with your body, your mind, and your spirit. Oh. So since we have a few more minutes, look at us. I'm going to pull, oh, look. Okay, so as soon as we stop struggling, guess what happens? We get an opportunity for a brand new beginning. The Fool card. Only a fool goes on a journey. Everyone else stays safe and comfy in their house. So here's the Fool. Here's a brand new adventure. If you think, well, I can't do that, if that pops into your head at all, then go, wait a minute, I'm going to pull out the Fool card and I'm going to look at this. Because you can see there's a little dog nicking at his heels. He's got everything he needs right up here in his satchel. And he's gazing upward because that's where inspiration is. Look up. And he also looks like he's on a precipice. But once we get to the beginning of a new adventure and to put our foot on the path, the next step doesn't have to be revealed. today in Victoria, because that's where I am right now, broadcasting from Victoria, British Columbia, I was on my way to a thrift shop because, confession, I love them. I think they're so fun. And right next door to this shop that I'd been in several times was a place called Full Circle. So I went in there, my little adventure, and I noticed that they had books, they have crystals, they have beautiful clothing. I bought some, and they have all these things. And I asked her, I had the good fortune of meeting the owner. And so I asked her, do you have any books on shamanism? And she said, well, yes, we carry them, but not right now. I said, would you like some? And so I went and got my book, and she had a very fascinating thing to say. She said, oh, it says Journeys of Transformation. Maybe it should say Shamanic Journeys of Transformation. So how cool is that? She's got 2 of my books, and I made a beautiful connection. She was a wise woman who said to me, oh, have you thought about this? And honestly, I hadn't. So when you put your foot on the path, when you're willing to have an adventure, when you're willing to take that step, not knowing what the outcome is going to be, open to outcome but not attached, you'll never know who you're going to meet. And how amazingly, how amazing was that? And I'm very fortunate because now my books are in Canada. Woohoo! So, hi Nancy, how are you doing? I'm going to just pull a little card for you. Oh, I love this card. And the reason that I love this card is swords. Swords are thoughts and ideas and the way that we bring action into the world. So, see how they're all stuck here on our left-hand side and our right-hand side, stuck. And you see how she looks like she's bound? I'm going to put her up closer so you can really look. Okay, so now what I know about this card is that looking up close, her eye covering is not allowing her to figure out, to see where she's meant to go. The bindings that she's got on are not very tight. Her feet are not bound. So anything that's holding you back right now really doesn't have a grip on you. So wiggle around. When I see cards like this, I sometimes go, oh, just wrap something around you and wiggle out of it. Put on a blindfold, take it off. Because the shamanic way is in the practical world, we want to take some action steps. So there are no lateral moves here, Nancy. You can go you can regress or you can progress. It really is up to you. There's nothing really holding you back. So if you feel like you're being bound for something, get out a sword, cut the bindings that are holding you back, because they don't need to. And rethink things, or better still, don't think things, and just go ahead and decide, are you going to go back into that way, or are you going to come forward? Either way is going to work. Oh. Hey Kaylin, how are you? Ooh, this one's poking out for you. Oh, look at her. The Queen of Pentacles. So Pentacles are money and property and tangible things. And you can see she's kind of holding on tight to hers. So you actually can let go a little bit about your, it's not your money. There's some other attachment that you have that you're having a hard time letting go of. It's a practical thing. So pentacles are money and property and tangible things. The card is a tangible thing. My earrings are element of earth. The table in front of me is the element of earth, which is pentacles. So if you've been hanging on tightly to something, let it go. And you can always pick it up again. That's the beautiful part of letting go of things, is that you can't get rid of anything. There is nothing you can throw away. There's no away. We are a closed unit here. We are the earth. So when you try to throw something away, get rid of it. So my suggestion is you transmute this energy into something else. And if you think about, if you have earth and clay, if you have clay and you add water, it becomes malleable. So what is it that you can create out of this, this little bit of holding on too tight? So, and you have complete mastery over it. It's absolutely yours no matter what. Oh, hey, Molly, how's it going? Thank you so much. I'm in Victoria, and when I get back to Seattle, I'll be seeing Tommy next week. A kiss and a whoosh to you for your contribution. I really appreciate it, and so will he. All right, so Molly, this is for you. Look, it's your money coming back to you. Ha ha. So, because that's what happens. We give and we receive, and then we give and we receive. And how awesome is that? So, money, property, tangible things, all those things I was just talking about a moment ago. But there's a message for you about this. It actually feels like it's not just going to be a message, but it's going to be something coming to you. You're not going to necessarily hold on to it, but you're going to turn around and give it to someone else. And the message in that will be, oh, okay, lovely, thank you. So I'm thanking my guides. The message in that will be wisdom and guidance, generosity, and fulfillment. So just watch for those things. So how did that? How beautiful is that? All right, and here's another one peeking out. This one is for, oh, you peeked. Oh, Kaylin, that's awesome. I'm so happy that you're going to have a great move tomorrow, because this, I'm going to do, this is for all of us, temperance. And you can see that the angel, and I'm not good with remembering which ones they are, so I'm not even going to say, because someone else probably knows. And I don't really. So this angel is able to stand on tippy toe, dangle 1 foot into the water, pour from one chalice to the other. He has a nimbus around his head, meaning he's in perfect grace. There's a pathway over here. And what I say when I see this card is always take the higher path, whatever it is. Uplift things rather than bringing them into being downtrodden. Keep things in emotional and spiritual balance. And often if we're feeling emotionally out of sorts, it's because we haven't connected with the divine. There's lots of ways to do it. Earlier on, I was talking about asking your angels for help, because no one in the spirit realm is allowed to just barge in and help us, in spite of the fact that we might want it. If you don't ask, you ain't gonna get. So ask for more things. You can change your mind if something comes and it's not quite what you want. There's lots of people on the planet that you can share that with. But remember to be okay with asking. Most of us on this video tonight are girls, and we're not good at asking. We've even been taught that that's a big no-no. Well, I'm going to bust that little pink bubble. Let's just go ahead and ask for what we want, because when you get help, everyone gets help. Because it's this beautiful circle that goes out. Reciprocity comes to me, goes out to you, comes to me, goes out to you, comes to me, goes out to you. It's a wonderful mantra, so you can go ahead and use it. So bring things into spiritual balance. I have a little thing in my house just as you're walking in the door. It says, just love everybody. And so that's my blessing for you, is that we find a way to love one another. And if something about somebody, you find that irritating, look within. I've been doing a lot of that recently. I've been learning about patience and non-judgment. When I walk this way, I certainly feel a lot better. So I started by showing you the Tower card. I'm going to end by showing you the Tower card. This is necessary destruction for positive reconstruction. So if things are tumbling apart, just know that something better is coming. You may not know what it is. That Fool card, take that step. You don't need to know the next one. So I'm just going to close the circle by saying, I have blessings and thanks for all the vision for this evening, for those of you who joined me, and for those of you who are going to share this with others so that more and more people come, get readings, and have fulfillment, achievement, activation, and can feel the love. So this is ShamanWeaver Shiela Baker. Look for my newsletter. It'll be on Facebook and coming at you through your email as well. So I'm going to give you a kiss and a whoosh. Shh. Thanks for being online with me. Aha.